Hi, my name is Dr. Scott Lee, and I was asked by your instructor, Scott Covell, to make you this video to help you with using EBSCO Discovery Service to research your paper for English 101 on civil rights activists. Now, for this video, I'm assuming you've already seen the video I made or already know how to use EBSCO Discovery Service or EDS, and also that you know how to access it from home using AVCID. So for this video, we're just going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to search in this example for Frederick Douglass. Now here you have your two limiters, your first two limiters. I'm not aware that you have to limit yourself to scholarly peer-reviewed journals, so I'm not going to select that. However, I am going to select full text just because it's always easier and better to specifically look for full text items and not look for things that are not full text. So now we have our list of information. As you can see, we have 109,609 resources. So that's pretty good. That's one of the reasons I selected Frederick Douglass. He's an easy one to find plenty of information on. One of the things you have here, by the way, is a research starter. Research starters are actually quite helpful if you're just getting into a topic, you're not quite sure where you're going to take it, you don't know a great deal about it, you want an introduction. That's what the research starter gives you. It gives you a good introduction to your topic or your subject. It gives you a bibliography of other resources to use. However, research starters should be viewed a lot like encyclopedias, meaning they're good to start with, but you really shouldn't be using them to write your research paper. You want to use better, more full information to write a research paper. Now, beneath the research starter, the first two things you'll see are books. We have thousands, right, tens of thousands of ebooks in EDS. And you may find that the research or the topic or the subject you're looking for, there may be a full ebook on your topic. So if we click on it, we go into it, we see the title, Frederick Douglass, America's Prophet. Written by D.H. Dilbeck, published in Chapel Hill University of North Carolina Press in 2018. So it's a fairly new book, which you can find plenty of on a lot of historical topics. To see it, you have your options here. Full download actually allows you to download the entire ebook, and you can look at it in another device, upload it, say, to an iPad or even your phone. If you want to see it here in EBSCO, you just click on PDF full text and it will show you the entire book. So this is the front cover. Over here on the left, you can move through the different sections of the book. So if we go to where it says Part 1, The Seeking Slave, 1818 to 1838, you click the little down arrow, and then you can jump to different chapters in the book. That's one of the advantages of ebooks, is that they're pretty easy to move around in. In fact, another big advantage is up here you see this link that says Contents. That's basically where we are now. You can also go to Search Within. And so you can search for a specific topic or topics specific to Frederick Douglass, such as education. Hit your return key, and what it will do is look for the word education and show you every page where it gets mentioned. So it's a very helpful resource for working your way through an ebook. Now I'm back at the results list. Another option I have, all of these things on the left are what are called limiters. Every limiter you place filters out materials that you want to see or don't want to see. So it only gives you the things you do want to see. One of the big limiters is limit by type of resource. So I could, for instance, select academic journals, and it'll just give me academic journals and filter out ebooks and other materials. I could also go down to subject, and I could only be interested. So again, if you're interested in a certain aspect of Frederick Douglass's life, I could select slavery. and that will filter out things that don't have slavery as a major subject term. And so it brought us down to 1,125 items. So we are now looking at academic journal articles about Frederick Douglass with a specific mention of slavery. So that's your focus. These set of articles are going to help you more than the original 109,000 would. Now, anytime you set a limiter, you can also remove it. Whenever you set limiters, they go over here in this current search box. So I've set a limit by type of resource limiter and a limit by subject limiter. I can remove them both. So I'll remove the limit by type of resource limiter, open that up into any type of resource it has. So my numbers didn't jump dramatically, it only went up to 2,000. Or I can remove the subject limiter of slavery. And that goes way up at this time. I think we go back, to the full 109,000. So always remember that process over on the left side. Add a limiter, see what you get. If you want to change your mind, remove the limiter. Now, another important limiter, especially when you're looking at history, is the date limiter. If you look here, you'll see we have a date range going from 1721 to 2020. Now, do be aware of two things. One is that date is real. We have material in this database going back to the 1700s. We actually have materials going back even older than that. However, it's unlikely that this 1721 date is related to the Frederick Douglass we're looking for, given that Frederick Douglass wasn't born until 1818. Let's say you wanted to explore writings about Frederick Douglass during the period of his life. This is a good way to do this. So if we change, let's say we decide to look at 1850 to 1860. So we can change the 1721 date to 1850, and that it'll change all of our materials only going back to 1850. And then the 2020 date we can change to 1860. And so now we're only going to get materials about Frederick Douglass published from 1850 to 1860, one of which is an actual letter written by Frederick Douglass. So when you're doing history research, it can actually be quite fascinating to read materials from that contemporary time, from when that person was alive, from when that event was occurring. So that's what it'll all come down to, is what exactly it is you're trying to find, what exactly it is you're trying to discover, and then implementing the right limiters on the left column to get you to that point. So I hope you found this video useful. It may not be as in-depth as you were inspecting, but again, please go to the library tutorials area on the library's homepage, and you'll see the initial video for just how to use EBSCO, which goes into much more detail about using the specific features of EBSCO. Please also remember that you can reach out to the librarians of AVC at any time. At the end of this video, you'll see an email address that you can use. That email address will go to all of the librarians, so you can reach out to us with reference questions at any point, and we can contact you by email. We can set up Zoom meetings with you and work with you on finding ways to help you get to the research results that you need.